Good evening, it's me. So today I'm going to be doing my favorite topic that I've been thinking about for quite a bit of time, and the reason that is because I have too much time on my hands. So what sparked this debate in my mind is our current love triangle debacle with the summer I turned pretty, Conrad and Jeremiah. Okay, who do you think the nice guy is? Bet you couldn't guess.
Nobody wants to play with me.
Here's my thing. As I've grown up, I've always been into the love triangle, love octagons, anything CW, anything TV saga, trilogies. I've loved them. Okay, I've lived for them, and I've always pined for the bad boy. Except for in the Hunger Games, because Pete is not a bad boy until the last two movies. But my point remains. I liked Lucas Scott. I was a Damon Salvatore girly. I loved Klaus. I liked Jacob. But as I've gotten older, as I've aged, as I've wised, I've realized maybe that's not the right choice. Maybe media has made me want this toxic love where there's constant battle. But love is not this. This is my issue. And then I started to think there's two things to this. That was three. There's two things to this. I don't like that with toxic men, the bad boy is always toxic. It's not a bad boy. It's not a miscommunication. It is always, and always has been, he traumatically hurts her. He traumatically betrays her. He gives her issues for seasons and seasons to come. And yet she goes back and she chooses this man. There is always so much toxicity in these relationships that I don't understand. Why does media want us to think that this is what love is and love is okay? And the second thing I hate about this, and this is the thing that I will go on about, sometimes that nice guy is not nice. Sometimes he is manipulative. Okay? Sometimes he is the problem just as much as the bad boy is. As much as I hate this bad boy narrative about it, the toxic love, because I think it's really gross and is really annoying and frustrating, I would like to talk the nice boy narrative and the nice boy trope. And I'm going to speak mainly about this team Jellybelly, okay? I'm sorry, I have to do it. It is on my mind, and it's angering me to the point that I need to make this video and make you listen to me talk about it, okay? So please, stay. Listen, keep your ears wide open. The issue with the nice boy narrative. A lot of these nice boys are not nice boys, okay? They would turn on you in a second. They like to manipulate you by guilt-tripping you and saying, why not me? Why never me? I've been here for you through all of it. I pay for your dates. I take you out on nice drives. I've been waiting for you forever. No, you haven't. A lot of the time, these nice boys get away with saying things like this because we're not used to seeing the nice narrative, right? We don't get it from the one we actually love. So when we see someone treating us the way we're supposed to be treated, I was going to do quotations, but a lot of the time, they do the basics, right? They open the door, they pay for dinner, they watch you when you're not looking or something, like they care about you in the presence of just you being there, which is great. Those are great small things, right? But they make you try to use those facts to ignore the actual bad tendencies, like the fact that, I don't know, if you actually observe the nice boy's behavior, sometimes it's either A, creepy, B, narcissistic behavior, and 3, still a different just version of toxic love. Like, let's say Jeremiah, okay? He's the perfect nice boy narrative, and I hate seeing Jeremiah defenders. I'm sorry, yes, I've read the books, but it's also in the show, like, you blatantly see his behaviors, and people are still blatantly defending him. I don't care about what happens in the future. You'll see in season 3 what happens, or read the books. I don't care. Watch what we have watched, okay? He liked to say,
Oh, I've been waiting for you, Belly, but you've never noticed me.
that's a guilt trip number 1. You didn't notice her until the beginning of this summer, and you were still hooking up with other girls and telling her about it and being happy for her success with a different boy in a way. Okay? Okay? And then you sabotaged her relationship with your brother, who you knew she had feelings for, and then you guilt tripped her for kissing him when you already knew that they were going to kiss before you ever got together, and that she wanted to be with him, and that she was always in love with him. So to say that you've been waiting for her to notice you is crazy, because you have never noticed her in that way, and you know who she's always noticed that way. So a lot of these nice guy narratives, right? They know that they don't have a chance. They know that you probably have feelings for someone else, or they know that you don't feel the connection that they do with you, whatever. But they will try to manipulate you to feel that way. They will go out of their way to try and find what would make you hurt, make you feel bad, and make you give them a chance. And then once you do, you're stuck. You're stuck, especially when it's a friend, someone you've known for a long time. They know what buttons to press and how to make you feel bad. Oh, well, I was waiting for you and you weren't here for me, or I've always noticed you, but you've never noticed me. All of these tactics, and it's really just upsetting to see people watching the same things and just have a completely different take that it's okay for him to act this way. When no, it's not. He has manipulated the relationship up into the start. If someone knows you have feelings for someone else, and for them to go behind your back, to create this whole narrative around, to manipulate the situation so that you can be with them, like when he's planning for Conrad's current talking situation to take him somewhere, planning dates around, trying to get her away from him as far as possible and trying to get Conrad as far away as possible, that is getting in the middle of your situations. That is becoming an obstacle in your life, and that is what manipulation is, because Jeremiah is a manipulator. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I would like to clarify this before I go on to my next point. A nice boy and a good guy are two very different things. A nice boy is someone who likes to say that they're a nice person, likes to say they're an empath, likes to say that they care about you, that they've always seen you, that they know you better than anyone else can, right? They're playing the part of a nice person. A good guy is someone who genuinely is a good guy. He will grow from his mistakes. He will actually be a good person without you having to see him do it, and you will fall in love with that guy, right? The good guy is the guy you want. The nice guy is who you almost always get, because it's a best friend who tries to play that situation, right? To play the long con with you. But they always just get you at a moment when you're weak. And that is what he did. He got her at a moment she was weak. Am I right? I'm right. I'm right. My second point, that a guy who's a nice guy will always change his tune when you do something to leave him, or when you finally prove his insecure feelings right, when you don't choose him, right? Because think about what he did, right? She chooses someone else. She chooses his brother, yes, but he always knew that she was in love with Conrad. He always knew it. He always felt it. So when she finally does it and acts on the insecurity that he has, you know what he says? He's going to break your heart. He's going to hurt you. Oh, you're not my best friend. He just starts looking for ways to hurt. And he does it in the next season too, even after a couple of months. Yes, he has a right to be hurt, right? But nice guys will find ways, because they know you and they know what buttons to push, they will hurt you in the way that they know that you're going to hurt. So, that is something I have always hated about Jeremiah. He knows where to press and he pushes it. He manipulates the situations, and he's just like the perfect epitome of a nice guy out there, right? He's the perfect epitome of it, okay? And nice guys, third point, they're always selfish and they only ever see their perspective of how the timeline goes. No matter how you guys got together, whether you end up falling in love with a nice guy or whether you end up giving him a shot before you end up choosing not to be with him. Because a lot of us give the nice guy a shot because everyone tells us we should. Oh, he cares about you. Oh, you know him so well. Oh, you guys get along, right? And guess what? A lot of the time, it's never going to work out because the nice guy is just a persona. It's just a way to get you because you are belonging to them. And that is all Belly is to Jeremiah. Because watch, the second he actually gets her, you think he's going to be doing all these nice things for her. Yes, I've read the book, so I'm not going to say more. But I'm just asking you to think, right? He does all of this, manipulates all these situations, guilt trips her, hurts her when she doesn't want him. Now that he finally has her, what do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to treat her like the princess he says he was going to treat her as? Do you think he's actually going to respect her and, just constantly validate the fact that they're together and she chose him? Or do you think he's going to bring up the other guy? Do you think he's going to make life more difficult by, I don't know, not appreciating her anymore? Getting comfortable with the situation and being like, whatever with this, and no longer treating her like she's a prize to be won? Because guess what? It's not that he now has the prize. It's now that he thinks he's in control of the prize. He thinks he's in control of the situation, and that she's not going to leave if he finally does have her. Right? Right, because I'm right. Because I hate Jeremiah, and I hate the nice guy persona, and I think it happens too much, and he's a perfect representation of it. I have never been friends with a guy who has been a nice guy, and him actually be a nice guy. That has never happened. I've had one that was a good guy. And that's my fiance. Because we dated and then we were friends and then whatever. But that's my good guy. But all of these other guys that have been in my life that played the nice guy persona, who were there to listen to me, who stayed for years and were really nice to me, the second that I was like, oh, maybe I'll give them a chance just because I don't have... This sounds horrible. I don't care. You give them a chance because you're at a low point. Okay? You give them a chance. I gave a chance. And guess what? The second they thought they had me, it was a horrible situation. It was a very toxic situation. It was the guilting to a max extreme. And guess what? I'm sure many girls have had the same experience. So, I say again that Jeremiah is the wrong choice, and he's going to be the wrong choice because he is just a persona. He's not real. And the only time we've ever seen him be real is what? People think in the flashbacks, right? Oh, well, he chose to hang out with Belly because he was sick. Conrad didn't do that. Conrad chose to hang out with Belly at the carnival when she wasn't sick. He chose to hang out with her. He chose to be with her. He spent all of his money to earn her a stuffed bear, okay? He has done things for her without being asked because he wasn't asked to do that, was he? Jeremiah was asked to hang out with her. And do you see him throwing a fit? Because he's a big baby. Because Jeremiah is a big, big, big baby. And I stand by that. Because guess what? Come play with me. No. I would rather die in a hole unless a seal and snails swallow me whole and then choke on my own spit. And that's on period. That was just my little small rant about how much I hate nice guys because all they do is hurt. That's all I have to say for this short little rant. Because I will expand more on different points here and there, right? And especially as season 3 rolls around, I will have things to say. Because I have very strong opinions about this, and I will not, I won't change them. And Jenny Han will not change them as much as Mr. Gavin wants us to. Because it won't happen. It won't, because that is not our end game. Because Team Jellyfish is more like Team Smelly Fish.